Right from the beginning, Ranger Donald's coming at me hard here. Right from the beginning. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Blathering Live, episode 211. 211 C's of the ongoing experiment. Like America. We're an ongoing experiment here that's been here for a bit. I'm picking on Ranger Donald because he and Mandalorian Jedi destroyed me in fantasy football this week on the Blathering Fantasy Football League, or in the league. Let's see what we got football tonight. We do have football tonight, don't we? Let me bring this up here. Currently, I'm down 109.52 to 59.20. Oh, that is not good. That's not good. Producer Steve, that is not good, huh?
Not good, Ken. Not a good start. The good news is that's not costing you any money, unlike your picks, which, well, it didn't cost you money,
right?
But they may or may not have cost me money.
Sorry about that. We'll get to the NFL picks. I am hearing some interference. I forgot to turn this thing off. Oh, no. I forgot to turn the board off and turn it back on because we're having that overheat problem, kids. We'll see how long the show goes tonight. We'll see how long it goes. Steve will just take over. Oh, there it goes again. Oh, no. Let's get right to it, Steve. I want to play a game. I'm gonna push through this sound problem already.
Okay.
Who gets fired first? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or Miami Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniel? Who do you think?
Well, Ken, I think this is an easy answer. This tends to go for the rest of society. When you tend to be dishonest in your job, unreliable, not meet expectations, have lofty expectations and still not meet them, and you add a questionable sense of style, it's pretty clear that the Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel will get fired before Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Look, adversity is just opportunity delayed, or what does he say?
Well, failing upwards is another way to put that. But no, I think the fact that McDaniel looks as good as he does. The Dolphins scored a lot of points once upon a time, and the fact that I think John Gruden is the number one rumored replacement option, are all the things you have going for him to currently keep his job. What if they just switched places? Hold on. Hear me out. What if they just switched? What if RFK Jr. became the coach of the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel went to the CDC? I honestly think the country would be better for it.
The country would be better for it. The Miami Dolphins, well, we can only go up here.
I was going to say, you're not going to get, what are you going to do, lose football games? I mean, okay.
Yeah, might be it. Unbelievable that I'm having this problem already. It's so predictable. It's just the heat of the board, huh? It's the heat of the moment. Yeah, look, I'll just say we'll do a little bit of catch up. But I did so bad on the picks. We'll do that. We'll transition to some RFK. But that was my football season. And you guys remember, last week I was in Las Vegas and I bought myself a new Miami Dolphin hat. And I was so proud, Steve. I was so proud.
I was thinking about that hat yesterday. I was like, oh, man.
It's right up there.
If he had held out for 3 more days, you might have gotten 15% off, 20%. It's like their futures picks, you never know. If you want Tua for MVP, it's a lot cheaper now than it was a week ago.
Right. And I just, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. My season ended by 10:18 in the morning, my time. Dolphins opening drive goes okay. First 2 runs, ATTN gets good runs. I'm like, here we go. And then that was it. Interception flies over everyone's head. And then the next drive, and by the way, Daniel Jones turns into, Johnny Unitas. And then Tua fumbles and we're done. The season's done.
Yeah, that was the best Colts quarterbacking performance since Andrew Luck. And he's been retired for 5 years, 6 years. It was Daniel Jones. It's so weird. The Colts don't really have a lot of offensive weapons that you would write home about. So it was, the running back's pretty good. But other than that, it was, Ken, it was on the road. So that's a tough thing. But you can't prepare an offseason, have high expectations like that, and come out like a wet blanket the way the Dolphins did. It's not a good look.
wet blanket. But speaking of wet blankets, that's what's being draped over our health in this country by the man who says, make America healthy again. I was in my hometown at a steakhouse. It was good, and it was a Father's Day meal in June, Jocko's in Napoma, California, and it was so good. It was really good. It's a city famous place. And it was the meal that made me want to get into shape because I was so just engorged and plump afterwards. I was like, this has to stop. But as I was leaving, there was someone with a green Make America Healthy Again hat, and they were just devouring all the food on the plate. I'm like, this is not how you do it. You're not getting the message. Even if that was a good message, you're not getting it. Last Thursday, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's got Kennedy hair. He sat before members of senators, right? Senators. No, it wasn't Congress. Senate. It was the Senate, right? Looking at some of the names here. Yep.
Well, Senator, it's all you can just say Congress, and you're safe both ways because it's either representatives or senators. Yeah. So just say in front of Congress, and you're good.
Yeah, that's good. Senator Warnock is there. Senator Lujan. Yeah, a lot of folks.
Sounds like the Senate. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was grilled, but he was grilled by across the board. Like there was a good amount of Republicans, including a couple that are like physicians, going like, "The hell are you talking about, man?" And I don't want to sit there and make fun of his voice, but his voice is so distinct, and it adds to it. Steve, we have to admit something. If he was just speaking normally, or he's like a regular Kennedy, hey, well, let me talk about this. No, because he's got whatever the hell's going on, and it's a thing. I'm here to mock people's things. But it just adds to it where he's just like, you're not telling the truth. Like, what's happening here? I'm post-angry. I'm trying to come up with this term, Steve, where I am post-angry. Like, it's all so surreal, and it all seems like it doesn't stop, even as it falls further and further away from just any form of sanity. And that hearing was one of the things last week.
Yeah, post-anger is a great way to put it. We've graduated from like the hypocrisy and the craziness of these spectacles we've seen on Capitol Hill go from like Veep or like Curb Your Enthusiasm humor to we're just doing The Simpsons now. Like we've gone all the way. Like the RFK hearing, that was a Simpsons, like that was like having like Krusty the Clown sitting there, or like Sideshow Bob with like the bone thing in his hair, like talking about why elephants should be allowed to be in circuses still. Like it was just, or like why cigarettes aren't bad, and like Mo is just sitting there ripping heaters. Like it's just, it doesn't make any sense.
By the way, talk about ripping heaters is one of my favorite. I got my fake prop cigarette that I have from that old character. And that's what Jim Leland did in the Pittsburgh Pirate dugout for years, just ripped heaters with Barry Bonds and Bonilla were playing. I was watching a 2011 movie called Cedar Rapids the other night. I highly recommend it. Great film, comedy. And Aaliyah Sawkat's playing a sex worker in it, and she says, hey, can I grab that heater? I was like, I love that goddamn word. Anyways, yes, no, and this actually, I was talking with Alden Diaz about it. Anytime we'll be back live this Friday. Check it out. We have an episode called The High Cost of Fun, because everything is just too expensive. I was watching Pete Hegseth. I always forget how to say his name because there's a major league player with a similar name back in the day. Pete Nazi Tats and the false prophet president, revert the Department of Defense to the Department of War, right? And you're watching it and you're like, no one could be buying this, right? Like no one's buying it. And yet every Cybertruck in my town is probably fixing up some Department of War decals. And that's where I was like, I'm post-angry. I'm still angry, but like I'm just like I can't live in that. I have to find another emotion to live in that's more productive.
I saw a Punisher sticker that had the Trump hair on top of it today, so that the lack of self-awareness there, I think, hit another level for me. Yeah,
that's
it was like on the window on the back of the truck. Yeah,
but even if it was someone with I don't know how you'd pull it off, but a Punisher sticker with Trump's hair or makeup or ankles, and you're mocking them, like they wouldn't know it, right? It's like the Newsom thing that some people like, including JD Vance.
Right.
See, he's copying. No, I'm mocking him, you idiot. And that's why I'm in this post-angry stance. And watching RFK, and watching Republicans. See, I'm big here, not to get too seriously down the line, but I'm big on permission structures, right? So if someone like me, a white suburban Christian kid from the suburbs in the 80s, I need to find other people who are like, hey, it's all right to question some things or reform your opinion, or permission structures are big for me because I think people get locked into thought processes without them. So anytime I see a Republican, I'm not worried. There's not a bit of big tent conversation. But whenever I see a Republican politician being like, you, sir, are an insane menace, I'm like, right? Is anyone else going to listen on that side? No, they cut them off. Like even Marjorie Space Laser Taylor Greene going, hey, there's something going on here with the Epstein files, and I'm starting to think Republican Party is against women. Not saying I want her on the team. I'm not going to sign her to a contract for Mike McDaniel's team. But they're like, she's turned on us. And that's, again, post-anger.
The thought is not, let's look inward. It's, they got her. It's like, oh, damn, they got her. Like, even Marge got even she got bought out or something, right? So Marge. There's
the good ones are lost now. That's what they're saying.
I think, well, it's nice that the pressure's on their foot. I mean, because the left and the progressive, ever since the election, were kind of looking for something to hold, like a mast to hold on to in a sinking ship, right? And so it's horrible that it's been, that it hasn't really been that way so much as just been trying to focus on the bad of the other side. But sometimes, that's all you can do to rally support for your ideas. But dude, it's not good. It sucks. The idea that from the Senate confirmation hearings to where we are now, you would think at some point we're going to be like, is anyone going to understand how consequences work? Is anyone going to understand how misinformation works? And the answer just continues to be no. And the inflation numbers and the job numbers, go figure, Ken, you can fire all the people that work on the relations board or the labor board, and when the labor numbers come out, they're still bad. We're like 2 steps away from just being North Korea and Russia on, hey, the numbers are good, these numbers are fine. Oh yeah, no, the elections are fine, you can trust them. As soon as they tell, here's the thing. Okay. I've heard and believe that Trump actually is okay at golf. Okay, like from a lot of people are like, okay, no, he bullshits a lot about his stuff, but the dude plays enough golf. He's not terrible at it, right?
Right.
As soon as they start telling us Trump shot like a 68 at Augusta, we know we are fully in like North Korea mode, right? Like that's where look for the little things. Like, why are they lying about that? That's because that's what meeting in Alaska was really all about. That's what those meetings with North Korea and Trump V1 were really all about. It's like, how the hell do you convince all these idiots to believe everything you say? And now we're just kind of working it out in Trump V2.
Yep. The military went woke in 1949. You're right. We did. You're right. We did start losing wars the moment we took our foot off the gas. Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
The whole Secretary of War thing in the middle of begging for a peace prize, that is like just another level of lacking self-awareness. It's just like, I just don't.
Yeah.
But watching the dude like chisel the letters off of the office, and then dude, Hegseth was so happy when he went home the day knowing that his title was changing the next day from Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War. Like, that's like being told you're going from being the backup linebacker to the starting quarterback. Like, you are over the moon about, as in that little pea-brained mind philosophy.
Well, again, it is this warrior mindset,
right?
And all these kind of things they sell, while at the same time trying to sell Bibles and an angel of peace and a dove like Jesus Christ. Do you think Jesus Christ would have been like, Department of War sounds good to me? Let's do that. Anyway,
and then he falls asleep at a tennis match.
Yeah, I don't speak for Jesus today. I'll be clear on that, just for sure. Here's some of the things RFK Jr. I was going to do like a Letterman game today. I even wrote some stuff down. Steve, you should be proud of me. I ran out of time. Force Center edit took a while. By the way, you notice I'm getting less cracks. I took the record button off. My backup audio. Look at this, Steve. We might have solved part of the problem.
Okay, you sound good.
I just can't record backup audio. Okay. RFK Jr. claimed an employee told him that they said they were untrustworthy. They've since denied it. Senator Raphael Warnock was speaking to him, and then RFK Jr. said, are you complicit in the assassination attempts on President Trump? He accused Senator Ben Ray Lujan, I'm saying that wrong, of New Mexico, of, quote, talking gibberish when asked of his agency's autism research. And that got into a kind of let's just say, racial divide adjacent conversation about accents. This is the best one, claim nobody knows how many Americans have died from COVID. This is the man in charge of our nation's health. No idea. But then also praised Operation Warp Speed, Trump's, I'm saying this in a general sense, Trump's vaccine program that gets heralded a lot. And you said, oh, yeah, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for that. So out of both sides of the mouth, you had pulled some other ones of some crazy things he'd said recently, yes?
Yes, I do. And we'll even go right off to the COVID one right off the bat. Quote, we were lied to about everything during COVID-19.
COVID-19?
Donald Trump was president during the onset of COVID-19. Yeah. He also said, I don't think, this is a quote from May 14th of this year at a House hearing, I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me. One more time, what is his title and current the government? He's something at something of health, right?
Yeah, something of the health.
Something of the health.
Yeah, something.
When asked whether or not he would vaccinate a child for measles, he said, quote, for measles? Probably for measles, but I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me. He says anyone can get a COVID booster, but it's not recommended for healthy people.
Right.
Again, that's a quote from him. And he also said, progress is a nice word, but change is its motivator, and change has its enemies. Invoking his father's words at Senate hearings, talking about, going from mandating vaccines to not mandating vaccines.
If we had a full comedy writing team, which I would love to have that, Steve, we would actually, the game would be who said it, RFK Jr. or Mike McDaniel, because that last quote is exactly the kind of stuff Mike McDaniel says at press conferences after the Dolphins lose 33-8. We're showing the team's got some progress, but when you make progress, you have made an enemy of change. Like what, Mike?
I wanted to sprinkle in a we're on to Cincinnati in there, but I guess you would have found me out by there. Yeah.
We're on to Cincinnati. Yeah.
But it's not good. The news isn't good in that regard.
The news isn't good, and I don't want to spend a ton of time in it. I just, it's one of those. I just was watching it this weekend, watching some of the highlights. I almost can't. I don't know how you feel. You're a very educated man, producer Steve. I'm not so much educated as I talk loud at bars, but I sometimes can't watch clips of people like arguing like RFK and senators because it creates some kind of angst. This is why I'm not good in debates. Because I just want to run in there and clothesline him. Just clothesline RFK. And you're in front of the Senate, and this is how you're acting. He's embattled. I think he'll be gone eventually. I actually think he'll be gone eventually. I just think Mike McDaniel beats him because I think Mike McDaniel gets fired in week 4.
What's your next 2 games?
Week 2, Dolphins.
The Patriots are this week. You get the Patriots this week.
I got the Patriots. Do we have the Patriots?
You're actually favored against the Patriots.
We're at home with the Patriots. Okay, that's good.
Favored against the Patriots.
Oh, week 3. It's a Thursday night. I'm not even going to move. I'm not going to move the Blathering. It's the Dolphins at the Bills. We're done. Done. Let's get that loss out early. So that's
at least you get to. Hey, at least you have to play in Buffalo in like September and not December.
That's true. And then here it is. So Monday, September 29th, which there will be no show that night because I'll be driving back from somewhere. I will be on the road, so we'll move it maybe to Tuesday night. New York Jets at Miami Dolphins with Justin Fields. So this is the early Monday night game.
That's it.
If they lose that game, and let's say they're 0-4, you fire them the next day.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. No, it's September 8th at 8:20 p.m. the Lord's time zone. Ken, that is absolutely the prediction. If the Jets beat the Dolphins and the Dolphins have no more than 2 wins, he will not coach the team in week 5.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say when they're. I don't want to ask you when their bye week because I don't know, but their bye week it's a little bit later. Yeah, so he's not even. Yeah, he won't even make it to the bye weeks. Yeah, that's a good one though. If they lose to the Jets, if they lose to the Patriots, it definitely won't help. They're not going to hold losing to the Bills against him.
If they lose to the Patriots, they're 0-2. They're going to lose to the Bills 0-3.
Yeah.
If 0-4
they lose to the Jets, he's toast.
Monday night in Miami against the Jets, boom. Yep. The next day, we're saying Tuesday, September 30th is the over-under on Mike McDaniel being fired, who I actually still like. I did make him a coordinator. I actually like him. I have a lot of faith in him, but not after this week. So that's the over-under. RFK fired after that. Is the
Okay.
dividing line.
I'm definitely taking the over on RFK.
Take the over.
I'm definitely taking the over on RFK. Unless I mean, he's not. I don't think he's a big Twitter guy that I know of. I'm not sure. I don't know.
McDaniel or RFK Jr.
Hey, RFK. Just because it tends to be like public. He got through the wave of the Senate hearings, right? If Trump was going to can him after that embarrassment, I feel like that ship would have sailed by now. So I feel like he's kind of gotten over that wave. We're now on to Trump's weird letters to Epstein again. Right. So as far as like what we're all pissed off about today. So I think unless RFK does something, but here's the thing, you know what could save him, Ken? Here's what could save him. And this is kind of the deadline that works out for him at the end of September. If he tells us what causes autism, like he told us he would in the middle of September, he says, hey, I'm going to publish. Right. He's publishing his findings, Ken, on what's been causing autism all this time. And he said he would have it mid-September. Maybe that's what saves him. I don't know. But if that turns out to be a bust, then maybe he's out before the 30th. We have a lot of questions.
What if RFK sits down in front of the next hearing and is like, we've solved autism, and he just writes on a big piece of paper in crayon, candy, and he just puts it down and is like,
he just stands up, he just starts buttoning his jacket, just walks out. He's like, I did it, everybody.
I did it. Solved it.
I don't even want to start there because there's been rumblings and weird things about how they're talking strangely about pain relief medicine and cracking open doors into saying also being able to claim all sorts of different things to say that they found the causes for stuff to make it just like how you say, oh, you're going to die of cancer. What kind of cancer? We don't know, but some kind of cancer because of course you are, because there's like a, whatever. It's crazy.
We need to, it's not a subject I want to burden Dr. Addy with, but I saw some of those reports that, in 10 years, we might be able to stop aging. I don't know if that's a good thing. I just don't know if that's a good thing or possible.
Did you see where that came out of the news from? Did you see about the conversation that Putin and Kim were eavesdropped on having? That was the whole thing. Putin and Kim were just like yakking it up like you and me just walking down the street, right? Just being like, oh yeah, so you're like, what are you doing to never die? Oh, I'm doing the thing where I've got people like I'm just growing organs in somewhere in Siberia. And what are you? Are you doing the blood thing? Oh, okay, yeah. Like it was so nonchalant and weird.
Yeah, it tracks too, right? Because that's
absolutely.
All these dictators, they go, right? And sometimes they go horribly. By the way, I highly recommend you all watch The Death of Stalin, if you didn't, movie from a few years ago from the creator of Veep that deals with this and Stalin dropping on the floor and, shitting himself. Y'all go somehow. So I got to imagine, back of like Putin's head. He's in his 70s. I'd say he's in better health than false prophet. But that's in the back of your head, right? Like, hell, I'm 49. I'm like, maybe 10 more. Like, I don't know. Like,
Ken, so if you told me we were already on Putin 3.0, I'd believe you. I mean, Palpatine had like a whole planet practically. That pyramid at Exegol was pretty big, right? Like how many, imagine how big Putin's is.
As if I need to provide more reasons for you all to reevaluate Rise of Skywalker, a film I love. You all made fun of some of the Palpatine stuff. Putin right now has got like 5 Snokes in a basement.
Yeah, absolutely.
He absolutely does.
Yeah, 100%. If he doesn't, he's working on him. Like maybe he's still in like the Mandalorian phase of it with like with like the Dark Counts and all the Shadow Counts and whatever. Maybe we're just not quite there yet, and he's hoping he's still got another 30 years to figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, that's absolutely what's happening. I wrote one note while you were talking about the food thing, Ken, because it just made me think. You said the meal that made you get in shape. That should be the hit Netflix show next year. Like this year it was The Summer I Turned Pretty. Next summer it's gonna be The Meal That Made Me Get in Shape, and there's the title for your special right there. We'll put it on the list for titles for your special.
That's amazing.
The running list that doesn't actually exist.
If I knew how to write jokes, that'd be a funny bit. So true. Pork chop, mashed potatoes, so good. So good. I almost died. I almost died from it. And 5 Snokes in a Basement also is a band opening up for Jared's band Concept of a Plan. Lauren Roma says it's wild to live in a time where the U.S. was once the place to come to be safe and find the quote American dream. Now we're the place that they want to leave and find the dream somewhere else. So I think maybe that is not. We don't need to make it the crux of today's show. But Steve, maybe we do an episode of what is your American dream now, and everyone could just submit their new bottom barrel American dreams. Yeah,
it used to be the nuclear family, a white picket fence, a 2-car garage house, an acre of your own soil, and now it's I don't know. I'll take less than 2,500 in rent, and you know,
So will I.
yeah, less than an hour and a half commute. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
that's kind of the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah. I'll take going to Del Taco by myself for under $20. It's my American dream.
Dude,
We're gonna
Taco
get to
Bell for me
Yeah?
and the wife was $25 the other day. $25 for 2 meals at Taco
I know
Bell.
I know you're trying to keep your wife's identity secret as you should, but I love the me and the wife went to Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? $25. What
Dude.
did you get though, Steve?
I'll tell you exactly what we got, Ken.
Okay.
Because I got a number 1, which is 3 crunchy tacos. She got a number 2, which is 3 soft tacos. We each got a Baja Blast, and then on the side, we treated ourselves with a thing of chips and cheese. $25, Ken.
Love will keep us together. What is a Baja Blast again? Is that like a Mountain Dewy?
The Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Mountain
It's
Dew,
like the Taco Bell special Mountain Dew.
Okay. Michael McCarsel's here. I'm too many Snokes in a trench coat. Let's do we got Jared, the Dark Jedi for the Nerd Academy podcast queued in the calls. But before we do that, I want to do a little sports talk. We've done a lot already. And I'll say up top again, as a Miami Dolphin fan, I am always going to try to find reasons to be hopeful. I'll let you know when I find them, but we'll find out where it's going. I do like Mike McDaniel. I think Mike McDaniel's a nice guy. I just think he's overwhelmed as a head coach. But know who's overwhelmed, Steve? Me. I got my football picks from last week, and it ain't good, Steve. The report's bad. How bad did I do?
It's not good. We picked 5 games. You managed to pull out one of them. So 1-4 to start the season, Ken. Your one lone win was the Green Bay Packers, who looked like world beaters, and I had to hear all weekend about how how good they are and everything. Micah Parsons is jumping for joy. So the best part about that game was how sad it made Cowboy fans. But yeah, that was the one saving grace you had. The Steelers broke your heart. They only won by 2 points. They were favored by 2.5. So Vegas pulled one over on you there. Everything else was an unmitigated disaster.
In about halftime last night, I was having my last frozen pizza. I bought two for $6 last week. What a deal. That's my American dream now. I was finishing the pizza and I was like, okay, I know I am, I got 3 losses at this point, right? I got Miami, I got Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and I got a win with Green Bay. I'm like, I'm at least going to be 2-3. Baltimore's leading. They've got 40 points on the Bills. They're making it look kind of easy. The Bills are hanging in there. I literally did the Chewbacca at Dejeric table. Just put my hands behind my head and was like, I've got this win, and watched with abject horror as the Buffalo Bills from that working class town never gave up. They don't clock out of work. They stick to the end of the shift, except for their fans who left. And I got to tell you, that was impressive. That was an impressive win for Buffalo.
It was a huge win for Buffalo. I mean, for as big of a week 1 win as you can have, Josh Allen looked like the best quarterback in football. Derrick Henry fumbling that ball, he just did something he never does. I mean, Derrick Henry really doesn't fumble very often. That dude is an absolute alien when it comes to, I don't know how you even approached, I would just absolutely shit myself just squaring up against Derrick Henry, trying to even think about tackling him. I can't imagine trying to do that all day. But yeah, no, both offenses looked really good. I think the Ravens are going to be okay. That team's really, really talented, but they do this weird, the Ravens do this weird thing. This has been a thing with these Lamar Jackson Ravens the last few years, where they either get up big and they just fall apart randomly. They've done it to the Bills before. I think they did it to your Dolphins once. The Dolphins came back big on the Ravens not too long ago. So I don't know. Something's up with the Ravens and kind of salting away games. You'd think with how good their running game is, that'd be easier, but I think both of these teams are going to be fine. It's week 1. Both these, just wait till these guys play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Do you think it's just hubris? Like they're up and they're like, we got this. Like I do that.
I
do that halfway through my Del Taco meal. I've eaten 6 tacos with no problem.
I think this is a problem that happens with run dominant teams. I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but the Eagles saw a lot of this the last 3 years, especially the year that they totally collapsed, where the teams that rely on the run, when you get up to big leads, it's hard to keep doing that for 4 whole quarters. It's a lot of times, a lot of those teams that have success in that way is you do high flying offense like the Dolphins do, you score a bunch of points, and then you run the ball to salt the game away because you've been going to Waddle and Tyreek Hill all day. Now you hit them with a little, Mostert or A-Chain or all that kind of stuff, right? But if you've been getting hit with Saquon all day, Saquon or Derrick Henry, they're human. They get a little bit tired at the end. They make mistakes, like Saquon drops a ball, Derrick Henry fumbles it.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit different of how you manage the game and how you can put them away. That's why, running back by committee and being able to change things up are so important.
That's why you gotta, you hit that X button quick when you hike the ball in Madden and you dump
Gotta
it
get
off.
down. Gotta get down quick. Yeah.
I had a loss on Madden last night that kept me up till 3 a.m. I was so angry. So angry because the runoff on that game. I have the runoff set. I think I have to disable that. I was driving. I was down 19-20. I had the ball on their 25 with 13 seconds left. I had no timeouts, but I was going to come to the line and spike, and it ran it off, and I couldn't get my field goal kicker.
Yeah.
BS. I was so angry.
You got to turn off that accelerated clock nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to turn it off. Anyways, all right, let's take a call. You want to take a call? Let's take a call, everybody. This is what you do. Hey, you want to call into the show? Become a Blathering YouTube channel member. Some were gifted out tonight by our buddy James Holmes over there in the UK before he went off to bed. He gifted 5. Appreciate that. So you can call in the show, or, of course, you can be a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Ken Napzok. Get in there, get the video versions of, what's the show I do? A Monday morning show. This week, a Monday morning show, I talked about how God turned on a radio. It was a good episode, I think, because I'm trying to carry hope. I've already had a little hope dash on a Monday, so we're already, I don't know what radio turned on. We'll figure it out. But let's take a call in, right? Oh, man, I one part of the reason I was up less, I was like, I think I got something. I think I solved something. I think I might have something, and I didn't. And I got dashed today. But it's okay. It's okay, Steve. We're going to smile through it. Let's bring not like the Joker. Love that Joker. Speaking of Jokers,
I had my hand in my mouth, so I had to do that with one hand.
I got some great radio transitions going today. Speaking of Jokers, Jared the Dark Jedi from the Nerd Academy podcast is here. How you doing, buddy? What's on your mind?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm gonna be good. I'm good. I'm gonna go for a nice walk after this.
Listen, I want to say, I messaged you about it. I want to reiterate.
Oh, tell me, can I acknowledge publicly? I received your message right before I was going to Force Center recording, and I haven't got a chance to. It was a very wonderful message, Jared, and I really appreciate it. There, I feel better.
Of course. I was bringing it up for you to say that. I appreciate hearing that. I wanted to reiterate how beautiful I thought the episode of Monday Morning Show was. I was moved standing barely clothed in my kitchen eating a PB&J.
What parts were unclothed?
Most of the legs and the torso. But I did have, the important parts were covered, and I had my socks and my Crocs on.
Okay, but no bathrobe or anything, because I'm kind of picturing Alfred Molina in Boogie Nights.
Every time I walk past my bathrobe, I'm like, I should start wearing this more because I feel like it'll increase my it'll be a great benefit to my aura generally.
It will.
Jared's bathrobe is his Green Goblin mask. What part of the kitchen, Jared? Are you a fan of eating sad things over the sink like I am?
No, I stand next to the sink because there's more counter space there.
That's fair.
I stand there, I plug my phone to the charger that's in the kitchen, I put something on YouTube, have my late night snack I shouldn't be having, and then shuffle off to bed.
That's so good. Anyways.
But that's so fucking funny.
I sidetracked you. You were saying, Jared.
You're fine. No, I honestly, I hate to derail the show a little bit. Mm-hmm. It came to my attention yesterday while Steve was streaming that while I was having a lovely night out with my girlfriend and my family to go see my Pittsburgh Pirates get their shit kicked in by the Brewers Saturday night, that the lesser Jared, Flyboy, apparently was running his mouth.
Wow.
And I can't let that go unresponded to as a person, as somebody who, I like to think that in Epic Confrontations, I cut the best promos because I do. And I would like to remind Flyboy that it's not over yet. The fat lady has not begun to sing.
She's not put on her bathrobe. Okay.
She's not put on her bathrobe. The fat lady just might have laryngitis. And I take issue with somebody who lacks the honor to say it to my goddamn face. I think running to an episode of The Blathering that he knew I wasn't going to be there for, that he could I wasn't in the chat. I think that's dishonorable. Frankly, I think it's cowardly. I look forward to shooting down the TIE pilot.
What is the full? Was it fantasy football smack talk? What happened, Steve? Were you witness to this?
I don't want anything to do with this. I'm just a humble host giving a platform to folks who want to talk about fantasy football. Yeah, no, we've dubbed this the first Jared Bowl of many this year in the 16-team fantasy league, which we have way too. These aren't even the only Jareds. We have multiple. We have another Jared in this league too. So this is the first of many Jared Bowls, right?
Yep.
And so it got heated quick. They both started talking shit to each other. Both teams are, they're doing okay. A little, I'm just saying this is one of the lower scoring matchups of the weekend, I think. But it's been a bit of a pillow fight, but it's one that Jared the Dark Jedi's team can still come out on top of. He's just he needs Aaron Jones for the Vikings to give him a big night.
I need Aaron Jones to go absolutely ape shit tonight. No, here's my thing. To quote the great American poet Kendrick Lamar, this could have been a friendly fade. And then Jared connivingly stole the Steelers from me, so I couldn't put them on defense.
Connivingly, beautiful.
So put me in a situation where I have to root against the steel curtain. That's unfair.
Yeah.
Again, the word of the night is dishonorable. The word of the night is dishonorable. And
I've been there. That
doesn't sit right with me.
So I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to get back to the app. There it is, the league button. I'm still learning Sleeper. All right. So, what's your team, Jared?
I am the Nerd Academy Cookie Cops, the TNAP Cookie Cops.
Oh, that's right. The TNAP. So, oh gosh. So you're okay. So you currently have 77.98 points. Jared the Dark Jedi, or that's you. Jared the TIE Pilot changed his team name at the last minute to Men with Fine Asses, and which was a shame because Brady had that picked and he had to give it up. 89.24. So you could still win this, Dark Jedi.
I am the Aaron Jones. I almost said Alex Jones. Very different player.
They're turning the frogs gay. Okay.
Listen, folks. No, he is projected tonight to put up 11.46 points, which wouldn't quite get me over the line. Or I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong week. My apologies.
Oh, Jared,
I've got the score brought up here on screen for you, Kim.
Okay, yeah. So he is. So currently he's tracking for 10.14, and it went down earlier, like right before I hopped on. We were at 50-50. So he may pull out on top. As Steve said, there are multiple Jared Bowls to happen.
Yes.
But I just couldn't let the TIE Pilot, this man who shows up to this illustrious broadcaster's show half naked, like a bum.
Like you over your kitchen sink. Okay, so looking at your team, you have a good team, by the way. I think you'll be all right. The Bills took a hit because they gave us some of the points, but they get the win. So yeah, I'm looking at Jones there. But here's so you had started Jalen Hurts, which I think is a smart decision. If you had started anti-vaccine boy,
I know, I was so
you don't have Aaron Rodgers, 33 points, 33 points for him,
bro. My girlfriend and I were on our way to Sam's Club to pick up pizza and groceries between games yesterday. Smart. And I looked at the thing and I was like, if I had started that fraudulent buffoon, I would not even have to worry about a shirtless man cutting promos on me.
All right. I'm going to get to a cow call here, but before I let you go, Jared, I'm giving you your chance to rebut right here. Okay. Bathrobe and all. You want to cut a promo on TIE Pilot, owner of the team Men with Fine Asses. I'm giving you the play. And he's not here. So turnabout fair play. No, I'm saying that to you. Like, all right, now you both got to cut one promo with the other person not here. It's even. Cut your promo. Make it happen.
All I'm here to say, to mildly reiterate what I had said earlier. I came in to this beautiful Blathering community, kind of a late joiner, compared to everybody else who's been here for a hot minute. I knew I was the new guy. I came in, kind of quietly, very young football fan. So I'm minding my P's and Q's. I'm having a good time, and everything's friendly, especially on that live stream where we were doing that stream where we were drafting. And then here comes Jared. He hears me talk about how in my other league, my buddy snatched the Steelers out from under me. Not maliciously. He just beat me to him. He basically says, Jared, you shouldn't have said that. And then does it maliciously. Well, I had a mouthful of manicotti. And couldn't even get to the microphone for a minute. Takes him from me. And he just changed the nature. He changed the pH level of the room from jovial, fun, polite competition to now I have to break you. And if it doesn't happen this week, it will happen by the end of the season. Only one Jared will be left standing. You may win this battle. I will win the war. Always bet on Bachman.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Peace and love.
I love it. Jared, thank you. And thank you for being in the league. And, not I want to talk about it today, but I want to talk at one point with you here on how you are starting to love a lot of things you didn't love a couple years ago. Whether you're not sticking with them, whether you end up being a wrestling fan for life, I don't know. I'm fascinated, but you're like, yeah, I'm starting to like football or wrestling or sports or manicotti. I think there's a lot of things I want to talk about with you.
I'd love to. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Great
Take
promo.
Care.
I love that. Steve, you as the commissioner of the league, what do you feel about this?
I like the juice. Bring it. I like the competitive nature. I like the fire. This is what we love to see. We have a 16-team league, guys. This is not an 18, 10-team family, hugs and kisses league. This is a 16-team, hands in the dirt, spitting each other's faces like Dak Prescott. This is it's gonna get icky. There are people on our fantasy teams that I'm convinced will not be in the NFL by Halloween, Ken. That's how much we're reaching for points in this league. I love to see it, especially we have such a great range of football enjoyment in the league, from people who have just very little cursory knowledge to people who just love their favorite pop star and have decided football is okay now that that's football adjacent, it's a thing. Baseball enjoyers, hockey enjoyers, we all found something to gather around and talk shit to each other for.
I think it brings the people together. How did Addie do?
I'm currently kicking her ass. Well, not really. I think I'm beating by a few points, but I just wanted to say it.
100.96. Addie's got 99.12. Does she have any active players? She could get the win over you.
Got her, no problem. No, she does. She has a Dunze, Roma Dunze for Chicago, and I have Justin Jefferson. One of the best players in the league. Yeah. And Jordan Mason for the Vikings. So I should be just fine unless both of those guys get hit by a bus. But
or we'll fumble or something like that.
Okay. Or if Justin Jefferson, just does what AJ Brown did.
Don't. I had two players score 0 points. I had a dead roster spot with Chris Rodriguez. Adam Knight is in the live chat here, says he made it live. Thank you, Adam. Adam's in our league too. Did he auto drafted? Did we check on him?
I've got the whole league up right here.
Canadian Stampede, right? Oh, getting a big win.
Yeah. Everyone's there's a few. We got quite a bit of participation in the Monday night game here still tonight. But he that's what happens. Okay. Poor Lauren Romo. That's what happens when you only draft Lions, and they get their ass kicked by the Packers.
You can't play fantasy sports with your heart, only your mind. Also, look at that. We got some YouTube channel memberships. Kyle Harlow joining here tonight. Kyle's one of the originals from back in the Twitch days as well. I might have. I'm not going to promise anything. I might have fixed my PC accidentally, and if I can get the PlayStation to work with the monitor, I think I need a new HDMI cable. I might be able to stream some games again. We'll see. Also, times are tough, so I'm never I'm not asking for anything, but I did put up a super chat goal. If we hit it tonight, great. If not, I'm going to make it again for Thursday. The goal, usually I just don't put any goals. But the goal is if we hit these super chat goals, I'm going to drink a Buzzball on air to figure out what the hell it is and how drunk it will get me. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Let's do.
You got to do in the first 15 minutes though, so that we can watch your spiral downward. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm worried because of your situation, you might have to step out soon, and I might have to have substitute quote producers.
Oh,
because
how should I feel about that?
Yeah, if okay, I'm not trying to replace you, All right. All right. I do notice, I reap the whirlwind, Sheriff Brady. There's more people enjoy watching you game than they watched me game back in the day. So you got some magic going.
Might be the hair.
Might be the hair. I'm trying to find some guest producers because if I drink a Buzzball, I heard it's not like Four Loko. We talked a little bit about it last week.
Right, yeah.
So it might just be like a White Claw. But if it's not, you all have seen me drunk live on the internet. I need someone else here to have controls. So
I heard it referred to once as a wine mom's Four Loko.
There you go. Dave McKay says for the balls. All right. Then we might have to do two. I don't know. I'm going to try. I haven't publicly said this yet. I'm saying I'm trying to convince Molly Damon to come on to the Blathering as like a guest co-host for a night. She'll drink Buzzballs with me, and then Alex will have to control the show. Let's get.
If it means keeping my job, I'll drink a Buzzball with you, Ken. It's okay. I promise.
Just not from the delivery room. Just not from the delivery room.
Well, no, of course, no. But like I said, again, moving target.
Moving target. There you go. All right, so let's get. I've actually missed this gentleman. I thought about him today. I was like, he hasn't been able to call in. He's a working man, and I love talking to him. Kingsport Cal is here. Kingsport Cal, how does it feel to be missed?
A lot of people miss me, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
I do
her
have
name?
ladies out there. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't divulge that information. Ken, how you doing? First of all, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not gonna. I'm trying to keep a wave of hope I discovered this week. But what do you got? What do you got for me? I feel good.
Well, nothing really. Well, we all know. I want to preface this that I despise football unless it's Tennessee Vols or my hometown high school football team, the Falcons. Go Falcons. But I was devastated. Again, you probably didn't even see this. You probably don't care because you're looking at the Dolphins and what have you.
Yeah.
But the Vols played ETSU.
Okay. ETSU, just for everyone knows, is the college in Johnson City, Tennessee that my ex went to. That's why I'd spend time in that town. Okay. And did they lose? I'm sure they lost.
The Bucks, it was 17-72. Wow.
that's like my fantasy. That's about how much I lost to Mandalorian Jedi and Ranger Donald. Ouch. Ouch, babe.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio. I was riding around doing some stuff that day, and I was listening to the radio, and they was just crushing it. It's actually kind of funny, but not really. But here's the thing, though, kid, because in a way, I win, and in a way, I'll lose because I'm all about the balls, right?
Right.
I'm all about the balls, Tennessee, and then you got Johnson City, my town. You know what I'm saying? Johnson City.
Johnson City represent. I think
what I mean.
What is ETSU? What division are they in? They Division 3, 2?
I don't know.
Steve, do you know?
I don't know.
Or is ETSU? Are they in the Fun Belt? I don't know. Let me take a look.
Because if they're playing Tennessee Vols, that to me is like a practice for the Vols. Like that doesn't seem right.
I mean, it could be. It could be. I have no idea. I just know that it was on the radio and I heard it. And then I went to work this past weekend and everybody was talking about it. I was like, yeah, I heard about that. I actually got to get in on a football conversation for one, just because I randomly heard about it.
They're in the FCS.
They're in the FCS.
The next level down from the big
1-1A, says Will McLean. I don't know what any of that means.
It's called FCS now because they changed all this shit now. It's not really double, triple, double A anymore. But yeah, they're in the Southern Conference.
It's a good minor league baseball team in Johnson City, Tennessee. All right, Kingsport Cal, what's the question here? How are we turning this into a question?
No, I'm not turning it into a question, but we also have the Kingsport Mets. The Kingsport Mets, which I've said this before, and I know you know, Daryl Strawberry was on.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know.
But anyway.
What's the question from that? Okay.
There is no question. I just wanted to check in on you, Ken. I did want to say too that I went to Food City today. Y'all was talking about food earlier.
Yeah.
I got a lemon pepper whole rotisserie chicken.
Oh yeah.
For $8.99.
We all got to move there.
$8.99. Yeah.
We got to move there. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question though. Be honest with me. Were there still feathers on it?
Of course not. This is Food City. This is a chain. Well, it's a southern chain. but
I
it's
don't
a
know.
chain, and you can buy that rotisserie chicken cold or hot. That's the advantage of it.
Look, I'm
You know
saying
what I'm saying?
that you're talking about a great bargain, a chicken for $8.99 in this
Whole
economy.
chicken.
But I just don't know. I don't trust Food City. I'm saying the feathers could be on it. It's like going to Big Lots and you get like a cabinet and there's a severed hand in it. I don't trust Big Lots. I don't trust Food City. I'm just asking a question, Cal.
Hey, I went Big Lots not too long ago because I was looking at shelves. I'm looking at
Yeah, you got shelves, TVs. Are you good at putting up shelves? Because I might have some for here.
Well, I don't know because I've never put together any IKEA furniture before at all. I hear it's difficult,
It's difficult.
but
If you, I get very angry. Cal, maybe one of these days, if we can get you to fly out to Burbank, you and I will go to IKEA. We'll film it. We'll go get some Swedish meatballs, and then we'll put together an IKEA shelf and drink BuzzBalls. And this will be A+ internet content. Did I lose you, Cal, on that?
I think you blew him away with the idea. Or he's just already on the way. He might have just started sprinting out the door. So
I mean, you hear me, right?
yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah. Yep.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
What happened? I could see you just sitting there staring at your screen like you're an $8.99 feather in chicken.
Hey, my internet is not that great right now. I don't know why.
Okay.
Ever since the move to the living room, the transition to the living room, my internet's been acting weird.
You got to get an
But
extender, Betty. You got to get an extender.
well, the thing that makes me really mad is that the router is closer in the living room. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
Okay.
I don't know about IKEA furniture, but Big Lots furniture has always worked for me. It's very easy to put together. So, I'll need some couple
It's probably
bookshelves
simple.
in here.
Let me ask
But
you a
who cares
question.
about that?
Let me
What?
ask you a question since you don't have any questions for me, the host of a radio call-in show. Let me ask you a question, Kyle. You and I are at IKEA. We each order a plate of Swedish meatballs. You putting the entire ball in your mouth? How you doing it?
IKEA sells Swedish meatballs? Anyway,
That's what they're known for.
I don't know anything about IKEA, but yeah, I would. Yeah, it depends. If they're really good, I'll probably just pop a whole one in there and eat it. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
or that's two ways with that. Because if they're really good, I'm assuming if they're really good, you're only going to get like X amount, like 5. They're going to give you a dangerously small amount.
No.
Really?
You can get orders of like 11, 13, and 16. You can get 16 balls on your face plate.
Well, if that's that many, then yeah, I'll just plop them in. But most places, like when you get stuff that's like, let's give chicken tenders for example, which I'm not. A big
They
fan
sell
of
those.
chicken.
They sell those there. Okay.
Well, if like they give you like 3, like if I'm gonna get some really good juicy chicken tenders, then I'm gonna cut into them. I'm not going to just bite them. I'm going to cut into so I can savor piece by piece.
Okay.
And with the meatball, that's you only got 2 halves. You see what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So if it's
Unless
really
you cut
good.
I do see what you're saying.
That's what I mean.
Unless you cut it into quadrants because it's big. All right, I'm almost going to let you go, Cal, but I'm going to ask one more time.
All right.
What's your question?
What?
What's your question?
I don't know, Ken. Do you put your pants on one leg at a time? I like everybody else.
I'm a nearly 50-year-old man. I have to lean up against the wall and groan while I maybe get one pant leg on.
Okay, I have a question. From your vlog, it looks like from your Vegas vlogs, it looks like you kind of enjoyed Vegas, or did you go anywhere? Did you give any harlots my number? Did you know what I mean? What did you do? It looks like you just
that's what I did.
Hotel.
That's what I did. I walked into Odyssey and I was like, "Hey, harlot, Kingsport Cal's number. Here you go. That's what you got."
Sure.
No,
why not?
I enjoyed Vegas. It was a work trip. I am not rolling in expendable Vegas cash, so I didn't, couldn't go do a lot of things. But it was great. I got a lot of exercise. It was, and hanging out at Allegiant Stadium was amazing. A total fun day. I think that Tuesday, I just had a wave of emotional nostalgia that caught me off guard. And, sometimes it hurts so good and sometimes it just hurts. I think that's what I was trying to capture on that second vlog.
I did like that angle. That was a nice angle on the second.
It was good.
Anyway,
it was a good angle. All right.
It was good.
Thank you, buddy. I missed you. Okay.
All right, I missed you, Kim. But I'll tell you what, I got you a little present coming in the mail. It might
Oh
come
yeah,
with a little instruction
yeah. We're
because I
okay.
don't know if you ever handled a knife in your life the way you
I've
talk.
handled
But
a
anyway,
knife in my life. I've whittled. All right, let's see if it gets past
oh,
the
yeah, I forgot.
FBI. But I'll tell you when the gift is here. Thanks, Cal.
It's it. All right, I'll see you, man.
There you go. He's sending me something in the mail, Steve, that I'm surprised that if it actually gets here. We'll see how it happens.
No chance. No chance that actually makes it to. Yeah, that's either whether it gets stopped in, whether it just ends up in a weird random location, or not because Cal isn't capable of mailing stuff, just because that's just how this whole transaction would work. The FBI in some way, or CIA, the Department of War against our own country, whatever the hell we're calling it. They're not going to let you just send knives over.
Yeah. I hope it gets to me.
But if it does,
yeah,
you got to show it to us, because I can't imagine he's just going to send you. What if he sends you a knife, Ken, and you open a box and it's just like a butter knife?
Oh, I'd love it even more. I need a butter knife. I know the super chat goal ran out on the timer. That's just it's all you can do. We can still do more if you guys want to do it, but I'm not here to beg for super chats. But I do want to drink a buzzball on air, but I'm only going to do it for money, because that's bail. All right, we got Kyle, and I think we got Brady. I think I know Brady's talking about fantasy, but let's get Kyle Harlow on here, one of the Twitch originals. Mr. Kyle, how are you doing, buddy? What's on your mind? Kyle, I think you might have your mic muted, buddy. I'll do the old radio. Turn down your radio. Turn down. There you go.
You got me? Okay.
I got you.
The question is going to be, what's up with kickers these days?
Mm.
Because I was watching the Jets and Steelers along with Steve's watch-along stream yesterday. And Chris Boswell, Steelers kicker, 34 years old, won the game with a 60-yard field goal with at least five yards, maybe 10 to spare.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up his stats. His whole career, the most 50-yard field goals, 50 or longer field goals he had attempted in a year was 9. Until last year, he was 13 out of 15 from 50 or longer.
Wow.
There was a 70-yard kick in the preseason.
Right.
So is this I'm sure it's all diet and exercise, but Is this a Sosa McGuire situation? Football doesn't need the help. That's what I don't understand. They're doing fine.
Are the kickers?
Are they on the juice? Is there?
I think it's a fair question. It's a fair question because they could just be injected straight behind their kneecaps. I didn't know that the winning kick was 60 yards yesterday, but it is getting crazy. I say this, you know it, Steve. There's some kicker,
funny, though.
Morton Van Woevel, some European soccer kicker in the NFL is like, put it right there behind my knee, like you know it. A serious answer. I think it's the science. So last night, because I couldn't sleep, I watched a 22-minute YouTube video that just had some of the greatest finishes in Monday Night Football history, like the final score, the final play. It wasn't always the clock running down. It was like the final touchdown. Great stuff. Devin Hester, some Dolphin stuff, everything. But there was one that I forget what the kicker was, but they were like, it was a game-winning kick, and it was like from 53 yards, and everyone's like, well, there's just no way. And this is like 15 years ago. It was like, and I know Justin Tucker was booming balls, giggity, for a while, but like it was amazing to watch, and then the kick barely got through. So something has happened. I think Laserbolt asked this last year too. I think it's the science of swinging the legs. And then this year they have, I'll say this carefully, they have kicker balls. They have kick-specific balls now that they throw into the game, and they're branded with the letter K, which is very dangerous if you got 3 of those balls together. But I think I think we're going to see more of this. I think we're going to see a 75-yard kick. I think we're going to see that.
Wow. Well, I'm concerned about how easy it makes it to score and put away a game late, but I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see. But Steve, am I off on the science of it and just the techniques getting so much better, the athletes better?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, noted scientist producer Steve. I think it's I think you're on to the kicker ball is definitely a real thing. So that's absolutely, I think, contributing to it. The fact that they get to, and the theory behind that too, Ken, is that's going to get worse or better if you're the kicker as the year goes on. These kicker balls, they're going to be kicking further as the year goes on, weather permitting, than they would in week one, because they get to wear the ball in the kicker. So that's advantageous to the kicker. Yeah. But here's the thing: if that was the case, why is Derrick Henry not the greatest kicker in the world if it's about leg power and he can? You're telling me he's not flexible enough with that absolute semi truck of a leg to kick a ball 80 yards?
I think it's just the literal science of it that you just don't. If you could swing your leg, you can have amazing muscles, but you got to know how to kick, right? And let's face it, these weirdos, these NFL kickers, who are ostracized by the team unless they win. No one talks to them. They sit on stationary bikes all game. And they're brought in. They usually, no one knows their name on the team half the time. I think they just know how to do it. It's like a golf swing, right? It's not all the power. It's just the smooth movement.
Yeah, there's also getting it over the line. Rules have evolved over time about what the defensive line is allowed to do, so that I think the angle of the long kick has changed over time, like the way they approach it. That I think has been advantageous to the kicker. But I love the theory that all the kickers are just juice now. I love the idea that Dicker the kicker is in the locker room getting like a needle in his butt like right before the game so that he can kick like a yard and a half further.
I appreciate, Kyle, you bringing this theory in here. I like the idea too, Steve, that the kicking leg is 3 times thicker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They put it like a compression sleeve on there so you don't notice it. Like very too clearly on the. But like then okay, well here's the thing. Look, if we notice that these kickers start to get like necks that look like F1 drivers, we will know that they're definitely on the juice, because that's how we knew with like McGuire and other than the 700-yard home runs.
Wait a minute.
But like the necks get weird, like they just disappear and they just start to look kind of strange. So like that's how we'll know.
The back acne. Are F1 drivers on roids?
No, it's not the juice. They just F1 drivers have naturally really super strong necks because they pull like 5 Gs for 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, it's the improvement of the athlete. If you watch like old NFL films footage of kickers in like 1968 to like 1979, they look like 48-year-old insurance salesmen taking 3 steps back and kicking with their front toe. Right?
It's because they were 48-year-old insurance salesmen taking through, and they were ripping heaters on the sideline the whole time. That's why.
I'll kick your ball for you. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's what it is. Well, Kyle, great question. Can you do us a favor? Can you keep track of the long kicks this year and take pictures of the kickers' legs?
Yeah, I will do that. Quick follow-up. So do kickers walk crooked? Do they walk lopsided or something like that? Because one leg is so much more developed than the other?
They go in circles. Circles.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what it is.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle, perfect. Love that. We got Adam Knight. We got Brady. I'm going to take Adam because Brady, you're a regular. Adam's a regular, but doesn't always get to call in. And there's a good chance he's in a wrestling ring while he's calling in. So let's bring in our Canadian stampeder himself, Mr. Adam Knight. Adam, can you hear us? How you doing?
I can hear you guys fine. Are you picking up my audio? Okay, I'm just on my phone, sadly.
No, you sound absolutely beautiful. You sound as tasty as poutine. Is that did I do that right? Did I do that right?
You want to smother me in gravy and have me with a side of cheese curds and potatoes?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're here for.
Yeah, bon the week
Welcome.
for all of us then. All right. Well, after that last call, I was feeling a little insecure in regards to, my TRT usage, but we'll move on with that. Couple quick things here. I want to say to the guys in the Fantasy Football League, I apologize for not being more involved. Last couple of weeks, I've been just struggling to get by, as it were. So I'll be a little bit more active in that going forward, I hope. Okay. Also, to my fellow father in this group, producer Steve, going for 2 is crazy. Like going for 2 is crazy, right? Like the extra point was enough the first time. You've gone for 2. I don't know what the deal is with your misses here, but that's a lot of pigskin you're going to be carrying over the line. So God bless you, and best of luck to you. And in all seriousness, congratulations. Enjoy all the diapers.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. No, man, that's all the nerds are doing now. You go for 2. That's the analytics. You got to take it's the smart move that they're doing now. Ken knows that. His boy Mike McDaniel, when they do score touchdowns, they tend to go for 2, and so do my Eagles. So yeah, just got to play the numbers game. So
play the why. Well, when a hockey term, I pulled my goalie a long time ago, so we're going to leave all that shit alone. So that's fine.
but wait, no, okay. I gave you, yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Or maybe I bricked up the wall, whichever.
Yeah, maybe I was going to say maybe you put two goalies in front of the net there.
Exactly. It's fine. The point is,
yes, the point is.
The point is, I just want to check in with everybody and say, again, even though I've not been as active as usual, I've been very much following what's been going on. I've still been listening to the Blathering, Ken, the community, everything that you guys have been going on has actually been very helpful. And I'm going to have a little PSA for everybody, just because it's been a good reminder for me for the last couple of weeks. We all need a mental health checkup every once in a while. I'm going through a bit of one right now, and for all my bravado and bullshit and pro wrestler language and all that other stuff, just for the record, it's okay to take a pause. It's okay to take a break. If you're struggling, please, for the love of God, take the time you need. And I'm finally doing it. I'm finally slowing down after couple of years of grounding myself into the ground, giggity, and I'm just trying to refocus on the things that are good for me, so I can be better for my kid and the people in my life that I love and care about, which includes all of you nutballs that are also in this chat in this group. So that's really it. I feel comfortable sharing this with you guys all because Ken, your bravery about talking about this subject has been inspiring for me, and so I'm trying to pay it forward and pay it back to this community. So thank you guys all very much. It's literally been a tough go. And when you go to your doctor and he takes one look at you and says, well, we're putting you on stress leave. Okay, well then fuck me. What do I know? Right. I guess it's time. So I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for play. This isn't anything about that bullshit. This is for everybody. Please, for the love of God, just, I don't care how old you are. I see you there, Brady. You're welcome. For everybody that's out there, Cal, all you guys, Forest Meats, everybody. You just, if you need to take some time for yourself, for the love of God, please do it before you do something stupid.
Absolutely echo that, and you got my number, buddy. But it's not. It's when you're in those spirals. Reaching out is even difficult, which is why I think it's important as you're building friendships and connections throughout this world. Don't be afraid to check on those people in your life, even in good times. Right? I think. Fostering that. So we absolutely love you here. I think your message is heard. I think your message is received. We say all the time, be kind to yourself, but that is just sometimes the last thing you want to do. And sometimes you need what you're describing. I don't know all the details, but you need someone, maybe in a white lab coat, to say you're taking a powder. You're going outside the ring for a bit, and I'm glad you're heeding that advice, my friend, or that order, however you want to look at it.
It's got to be done. For the record, it's not serious. I don't need any medication or anything like that. Thankfully, I just need a break. But that's enough. That's enough for everybody. So, again, I since I saw we were live, I wanted to take a chance to come on in here and share that. And so, thank you, Ken. Thank you to Steve. Thank you to everybody in the community. And bless you all. Please take care of yourselves. That's all I got for tonight.
We will. Hey, Adam, I love you, brother, and I'll follow up with you. But I'm glad you're in the fantasy league, and Laserbolt wants you to check your trade offers. And two, I'm glad you're here with us, being kind to yourself.
Love you guys too. Everyone have a great night, and yay sports.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. Thanks, Adam. Steve, you got to be kind to yourself, and you got to be kind to yourself when your football team isn't kind to you. That's what I've learned too.
Yeah, it sucks when it's week 1, but hey, there's only 364 more days till football season starts again. So, better.
That's true. Yeah. I'm already looking to the draft. All right, the time we have left here tonight, let us go ahead and continue the conversation. Talking a little fantasy, and we don't mean to exclude. There's only 16 of us in this fantasy league, and I know more people listen and more people listen later. But we're just having a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to be in an active fantasy league again for me. It's been a while in terms of football. It's been a while. I also want to say too, before we take Brady's call, I'll cue up Brady here right now. Brady, you're on air. Just don't say anything, okay, buddy? I don't know if it's on my videos. It's sometimes so weird, but YouTube has rolled out this new thing where you can hype videos. I don't even fully understand it, But if you're looking to help the channel grow, looking to continue the Blathering adventure with all of us here, it might help if you hype some of the videos, hype some of my Blathering mailbags, those kind of things. Even if you're a sports card ASMR fan, hype that. I don't know, but I saw it, and I just want to put it out there in case you're not aware. But Brady, we're hyped you're here. What's on your mind?
Hello. Talking about some fantasy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different kind of show, but we'll take it.
Wait, what kind of shit? What? I'm so confused right now.
What's your question, Brady? What's your question?
First, I want to give a good game to Ethan. We were competing this week, and I beat him. And we were talking something, you know. But it's over.
It's over. You won. How does it feel? How does it feel, Brady?
It feels great.
Nice.
But I realized.
What?
Damn, this is such a roller coaster. I got guys injured now, and I'm just like, oh no.
Fantasy sports should not be approached haphazardly if you're a dedicated fan of the sport you're in. I feel it does change your relationship to it, and I think there's great positives to it. But this is why we say don't draft with your heart. I think every once in a while I pick a Dolphin. I have Ollie Gordon on my team. That really helped. I might one day trade for Tyreek. I don't know. Romo's trying to get him over to my roster, but we'll see. But yeah, because you find yourself in odd situations and predicaments, rooting for players you hate or teams you hate, or just being worried about. It's like a gambler. You know what I'm talking about, Steve, right?
So yes, a little something like that.
Yeah, I was trying to trade with Steve, and he won't take any like Cowboys or whoever's in the same division.
What are you offering?
I'd never heard. My people have never gotten a trade request put across their desk, but you're right that I won't take any Cowboys, Giants, or Commanders.
This, by the way, this is how good of a human being I am. Lauren Romo of the greater Detroit area offered me Tyreek Hill, but in return for Joe Mixon. But Joe Mixon's out and might not play this entire, and she didn't know that. And I could have accepted the deal, but I wrote her back and said he's not playing, so I just don't feel right about it. So I'm a sports hero, Brady, is what I'm saying.
Wow, that is so nice. Wow.
But you're feeling excited. You're ready for week 2.
Yes, and I have to do this because Saturday I called in and talked some shit about this guy named Michael Florio.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He was onto something.
Yes.
I like an idiot benched Justin Herbert who got 34 fantasy points, but this guy named Justin Fields ended up getting 31.5.
It's not bad.
And you know what? Michael Florio, every other take I hear is pretty bad, and maybe he's one of the guys who needs to get fired. But he was right this week. I'll give him his flowers. I'm sorry.
Right. Flowers to Florio. Flowers to Florio. I think though, look, in the long run, Herbert's your guy. Fields had a great game. Game. But Herbert's your guy. Steve, unless I'm wrong.
Nope. That's exactly what we told Brady all weekend, and he let us know that he regretted it.
Oh, I got so lucky. Oh my god. I also got to thank Mr. Swift for helping me win my fantasy this week. So
that's what I love it. 16 teams. You're gonna have second tier running backs, third tier, fourth tier. Swift's probably second tier. That's what's been fun. Or if you're on my team, you're like a seventh tier player. Jaden had a good game. That's about it. Ranger Donald points out a truth. Tyreek Hill doesn't even want to play. Yeah, Tyreek kept pulling himself out after every play. A lot going on in Miami. Brady, thanks for calling in. What's on the docket this week? What do we expect from you? You got school again. How can we help you get through it?
I'm just writing papers right now, and just keep doing the shows, and it keeps me going.
There you go. All right, I appreciate it. We'll check in with you later in the weekend, especially after your second week of fantasy football next week.
Of course.
All right. 898-4M checking in. We're about done here. We'll try again on the goals on Thursday. I'm gonna drink these buzz balls, but only for cash money. Producer Steve, final thoughts on tonight. I think we're right about our Mike McDaniel prediction and taking the over with RFK Jr. Unfortunately, And we got a good community of people here, don't we?
All good points. Agree with you on all things, Ken. Yeah, hopefully we're wrong on both sides of that, because that means your Dolphins have improved, and it means that
that's true.
That the country's health guidance may also improve. It could get worse, but at least it has a chance of improving that way. So it's a good glass half full, like I like to say. So
glass.
That's all. That's all good.
That's all. We're about out of here. The audio version will be up soon. We'll be back Thursday. Anytime returns Friday. But with you, Steve, we're day to day. We might not see you for a bit. We might see you Thursday. I love this. This is like our own kind of interpersonal gambling here.
Right, exactly. It's great. Yeah, we'll keep it quiet. They do that in the radio biz too. Don't let the people know when the host is out, because they still want to tune in, kind of thing. So you never know, right?
I'm just gonna have a cardboard cutout on the bottom of the screen there, and they'll be like, "Steve's kind of quiet tonight." Yeah, he's working on some stuff. All of you are awesome. Thanks for being here. Hype the video, like the video. I mostly got through with the sound. We did it. Unlike the Miami Dolphins. All right, that's it. We'll see you next week or Thursday. Bye.